Hello friend, Joe at the office here. Today I want to talk about real life utilization of the ABS or absolute, the min and the max functions in business using Microsoft Excel. So let's get started. Let's say you wanted to determine if your individual item sales are within tolerance for the day. I put together this spreadsheet with some items that I sell. Let's say you run a school bookstore and have a table with different items, and each of those items have an expected number to sell every day. So I want to sell 50 number 2 pencils. You may want to check actuals versus expected or projected to see if it is within a tolerance. This is a scenario where you may use the ABS or absolute function in Excel. So let's go ahead and do this. We want to check. So our expected sales are 50, but our actual sales, and this is highlighted because this is what we fill out for the day, our actual sales are 45. Our tolerance to check to see if we're within our tolerance is 10. So 10 less or 10 more, we are within tolerance of our expected sales. So let's go ahead and let's type this in. So we're going to say equal if ABS or absolute C2 minus B2 is less than or equal to D2, which is our tolerance, then yes, otherwise no. All right. So this first item, the pencil, number 2 pencil, is within tolerance because 45 is within a negative 10 or a plus 10 value. So we can easily just grab the crosshairs, drag it down here, and we'll see which items are within the tolerance for the day. Our blue pen and our black pens are not within tolerance because this is 40 off, which is outside of our 10 tolerance for the day. We sold 40 more. Here, we've sold 35 less than we expected, and our tolerance is only 5. So you can see that some of these items are yes and some are no, which either means we need to adjust our expectations or our tolerance. So let's do a quick check to see if we've to see which items have beat their sales projections. So let's do equal if C2 is greater than B2, then yes, otherwise no. So we did not beat, our actual sales did not beat our expected sales, our sales projections for the number 2 pencil. Let's check all of our items by clicking and dragging the crosshairs down. We can see that 4 of our items did not beat sales projections and 3 of them did. All right, let's just quickly visualize the actual variances so that we can do some more math. So C2 minus B2. All right, and go ahead and drag that down so we can visualize those. So we can see we undersold our pencils, we oversold our blue pens, undersold black pens, we came directly what we expected to on our erasers. Staples are low, paper and notebooks are ahead of projections. All right, so we visualized that, but now we want to let's use the max function with the absolute. So we're going to do absolute of all of these variances and find the max, which one was either the farthest, the highest over expectations, or the farthest lower. So the max value, we want to see which projection is the farthest off. And I'm not going to type this in because that would take a little too long. I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste it. I've already typed it. So we're looking for the max value out of all these values when we use the absolute on each of the cells. We'll hit enter, and we'll see that 40 is the highest variance. So 40 is the highest number. You can just see that here. Of course, if you had a bigger table, this would come in handy. So we definitely need to adjust our high variances. We definitely need to adjust this high one. So we would change our expectations, or we'd change our tolerance, but most likely we would change our expectations. All right, let's use instead of the max, let's go ahead and use the min. Exactly the same formula for this function. It's just we exchange the max for the min. All right, and then we'll see what we did here and hit enter. And 0 is the lowest variance. That's because 0 is where we hit our expectations from our actuals. And just for good measure, let's go ahead and throw in our average here so that we can see overall how we're doing on planning. So we're 16 away from our actuals versus our expected sales, our projected sales, which means that we really need to do some work on what our expectations are. We definitely want to have that within 10 or 5 if at all possible. So this exercise would be to measure how precise your projections are for your items. Ideally, you would take these measurements over a long period of time and make adjustments to your projection process if necessary. All right, so I think that's about it. So we've gone over absolute ABS function in Excel. We've used min, we've used max, we used average, and this is a real business scenario where we would start working on becoming better at our projection process, our sales projection process, by looking at statistics over time. So that's it. Please hit like, please subscribe. Don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on continuing to make some quality videos teaching you guys how to use these common functions, some uncommon, and leave a comment if you got a question or want to let me know something. Go ahead and leave a comment, and as always, thank you for watching.